Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2020 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, I'm probably not going to start those back up until next year sometime, so just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. And as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic spread as always, and I also pulled a couple of Oracle cards and a Mudra card for you guys, so we'll get started with the main spread. Main situation position, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is actually in Leo energy, which for you guys is your second house of finances. So this could just be saying that you might be defending your position in some way. For example, maybe you might have gotten a promotion or will be in November, possibly even a raise. Or this could even just be saying that you're actually fighting for those things. That's actually another way it could play out as well. Now, with this card coming out, especially in the main situation position, it looks like you would have some success in doing so, so that's definitely the positive side, but it may not come easily to you. So another way this could play out, well, if you think about the Six of Wands, for example, the Six of Wands usually represents that victory, some level of success, right? So it might be saying that you're getting to that next level, but now there's all kinds of competition around you that want the spot that you're in, basically. So that could be something that you might have to be contending with in November. This could also just point to just a competitive atmosphere around you as well. But we'll see what that's about as we go a little bit further into the reading. Now, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So yeah, for some of you, this could definitely be around finances. Now, Capricorn, of course, is your opposite sign, but if we think about Capricorn being the traditional ruler of the 10th house of career and social status, and we think about that devil energy, could just be saying that, you might have been really working hard for this place, and possibly they've just been maybe promising you some kind of a raise or promising you some kind of promotion, but it just hasn't been coming through, right? And then with the Ace of Swords here, this could just be saying that finally you might have some communication come through about that. And if that's the case, you might not get the raise or the promotion immediately, but with the Knight of Pentacles, it does show that you would actually get it. It just might take a little bit of time for you to actually receive it. So there could be some discussions around it, right? But this time I feel if the Knight of Pentacles showing up here actually would represent a stable offer and one that you can count on, but like I said, you just might not be happy with the timeline that it will take for them to actually give you the money. So that could be what's going on there. For some of you, this can be around a relationship as well, definitely, since for you guys, Capricorn is your opposite sign. Could just be saying that, maybe you have some communication around taking the relationship to the next level, to a higher level of stability. That's certainly a possibility. And possibly even reconciling if you guys have been arguing. That's another way these cards could be playing out. But keep in mind, these are in the challenger obstacle position. So, but with this being the bottom one between those three cards, I feel like it's saying that the resolution will come, whatever it's around, but it just might not happen at the pace you were hoping for. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Lovers. So this is actually the major arcana card for Gemini, which for you guys is your 12th house. So the main thing that I'm picking up on with this is, to me, this is just saying that some things taking place behind the scenes for you guys. If we look at the artwork there, we see the two of them standing, and then we see like that angelic type figure working out things behind the scenes, possibly even bringing two people together. So, for example, we're obviously going to have that Mercury retrograde energy that we'll be dealing with for a bit. At the time I'm recording this, it's actually about to start up, so it could just be pointing to that, saying that you guys are going to have that reconciliation with someone during the Mercury retrograde. That's one way it could be playing out. But yeah, like I said, the main vibe that I picked up on with this is just something behind the scenes, because Gemini being your 12th house, that usually represents things from behind the scenes, and then the artwork itself speaking to that as well. And then also, given that Gemini is ruled by Mercury and will have that Mercury retrograde, to me it all points to that. So it could just be saying that during the Mercury retrograde, there might be some things being worked out for you guys behind the scenes that maybe you didn't expect to happen. So definitely looks like a much more, looks like the very opposite of this energy here, right, as far as the colors and everything. So could just be saying that a situation that might not look too bright right now should be starting to turn around in your favor this month. All right. In the past position, we have the King of Pentacles. So I can see this playing out a couple of different ways as well, because like I said, for some of you, it looks like you might have already attained that level of success, you know, that promotion, or raise, or whatever the case may be. But for others of you, this can represent, let's say, a boss figure within your workplace. And like I said, you know, maybe they've been holding off on giving you some additional resources. So that's one way this could be playing out. For others of you, this could just be saying that in the past you were really working toward reaching this level, and for whatever reason that might have gotten delayed for you, right? I mean, a lot of people have experienced some kind of financial setback one way or another this year with all the craziness going on, so it could just be as simple as that. Could also just be saying that something that might have happened back during Taurus season might be coming back around for review now that we're going to have that full moon in Taurus right at the very end of October. And then obviously, you know, as things move through Scorpio, we'll see those same things pop up again, but from an opposite angle. So could be pointing to that. In the present position, we have the Magician. So looks like a definite manifesting energy here. And of course, you know, like we said, given that we'll be in Scorpio season for a pretty good chunk of November, could just be pointing to that, you know, because for you guys, Scorpio is your 5th house. So as we have energy moving through there, that could spark some creativity for you guys. You guys might actually get some sudden insights around creativity, a different way to approach an issue, for example. So you might get to, that could even be what that Ace of Swords is for you guys. You know, maybe you figure out a different way to approach a situation that you might have been running up against a brick wall with. And then, you know, you could have that sudden insight in that regard. But, I mean, this also just looks like a lightening of the energy as well, and possibly even just tapping into what your own power is in the situation. So, definitely positive there. All right. In the near future position, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. So interesting energies here. This is actually Virgo energy, which is your house of communication. And this is actually Capricorn energy again, which is your opposite sign. So this could just be saying that you guys might have to communicate around finances. Like we were saying, that definitely seems to be the case. And I even got the term that came to my mind looking at these 2 cards in particular was almost like a fake it till you make it type thing. You know what I mean? As far as like, this could be the image that you have out front for everyone to see, but underneath it all, you might be a little bit more concerned about your finances, you know, and that might be what you're not revealing to people around you. I will say as well, if you're possibly working on 2 different streams of income, could just be saying that there's an imbalance there, because, you know, we look at this one, we see the Pentacles lower there and it's higher up on this side, and then if we look here as well, we see 6 Pentacles on this side and 3 on that side, right? So it could just be saying you might have to look at which one of those 2 streams of income is actually benefiting you more, if you do have to possibly streamline. So let's say you're trying to decide between 2 jobs, right? So you might have to compare, like, all right, well, this one will give me more money, right? And then we see her looking at the bird on the side with just the 3 Pentacles, but you might feel like the one on this side gives you more freedom, right? So you might be trying to balance between those 2. Like, okay, this one will give me a better financial standing, but this one, while it won't pay me as much, will give me more freedom. So that could be what you're trying to decide between as well. And for some of you, it could just be as simple as just deciding and realizing, okay, am I putting my energy into the right area, right? Like, okay, maybe I'm putting more energy into something that's not doing as well, whereas if I just put more energy into this other thing, I could see an increase that way. So that could be how it plays out for some of you too. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Hermit. So again, more Virgo energy, which is again your 3rd house. So it could just be saying that you guys are really just thinking things through, evaluating things, because I mean, between Virgo representing your third house, and then Gemini being the natural rule of the third house, and obviously the Mercury retrograde, which we just spoke about earlier. Seems like you guys are just really running a lot of things through your mind this month and figuring out the best way forward. But it seems very much like, thought process with a purpose. You're not just thinking about things for the sake of it. You're like really trying to plan, figure out the best way forward in the situation. And generally speaking, Mercury retrogrades are a good time to look at things and reflect and say, okay, what's working up to this point? What's not working? Right? What can I adjust? What should I continue to give energy to? What maybe should I not give any more energy to? So could just be saying that that's the energy you're in there. All right. In the environment position, we have the Queen of Cups, and this is actually the court card for Cancer. So this could just be saying that the focus is on you a lot this month, because with this coming up in the environment, and again, we almost see similar stances from the two people, right? It looks like a very inward, introspective type energy from both of these cards. Could just be saying that you're really just focusing on yourself, trying to figure out what's best for you, right? And maybe even that's what it was about here. If it's around a relationship conflict, for example, maybe you might feel like you're giving too much to a connection and you need the other person to pick up the slack. And maybe there'll be some communication around that, So there's a multitude of ways that it could play out, but it definitely just looks like it's saying that the focus is going to be on you this month. And I do have to say another way it could even play out too. Could just be saying with this Seven of Wands, could just be saying that people might be putting too much demand on your time, and you might feel like, wow, I really need to withdraw. Too many people want to be around me this month. I just need some time to decompress, unwind. So a lot of intense energy, obviously, going on in Capricorn, which is the opposite sign. Also, we still have the Mars retrograde in your 10th house of career and social status. That's finally going to wrap up around the middle of November. So you might start to feel the pressure lighten around that time too, and that could be also when you start to see that stagnation around your career lift a little bit. Like I said, if you've been waiting for some kind of raise or some kind of promotion and they've just been dragging their feet on it, once we see Mars move forward again around the middle of November, you might at the very least, hear news around what their plan is going to be for that. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the World. So, very good card to get here. It's the last card in the major arcana, so represents completions of cycles. I usually look at this as like a graduation type thing too. I used to say that for me, this is almost like the South Node energy, and I say this is like the soul contract, and then when you get to the completion here with the World card, it's like the soul contract and then basically your diploma, right? Like, okay, you came here, you did what you had to do, you learned whatever lessons you needed to learn successfully, and then you've reached that cycle of completion. I do have to say for some of you too, especially with that Mercury retrograde taking place in your 5th house, which could also be related to children, given that the bottom of the deck we have the Empress, some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant as well, or possibly at least conceiving this month, and maybe that's even what this is about here too, where you might withdraw for that reason. If you find out that you're pregnant, like, okay, well now change of plans, right? Maybe I'm not going to be running all over the place. I'm going to have to take some more time to rest, right? Care for the baby. So that could be what happens for some of you as well. Obviously not all of you, but that's what I'm seeing there. And then move on to the Oracle cards. So first we have Here and Now, and this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. There's the artwork, and the number is 32. So we'll see what that has to say. And to me, that just looking at that definitely makes me think of that Hermit and Queen of Cups energy, right? Like we were saying, that very introspective, just trying to take some time, think things over. So definitely see the connection there, but let's see what it has to say. Okay, it says, being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. The Oracle's message. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So an interesting message there, because reading that made me think of definitely the magician energy that we see in the present. As far as talking about you have the potential to create miracles in your life, and you have what it takes to handle anything. So hopefully that message resonated with you guys. The relationship message says it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now, one that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone, and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. So an interesting message there too. As far as it says, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. So that could even just be saying in that regard, taking that time to focus on yourself and really make yourself the focus this month could draw additional attention to you in that regard. So hopefully that resonated too. And the prosperity message says, what are you working on? And what you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far-off future, but on creating your dream now, releasing your desire for an outcome, and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune in to a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions. You are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So another one, where it says what you think now becomes your reality, that's another thing that makes me think of the magician energy we see there. The Empress energy as well is very much an energy of being present, staying in the moment. So hopefully that all resonated for you. All right, and next we have Antelope Spirit. It says life is speeding up. Okay, there's the artwork, and the number is 2. So seeing that makes me think of that 7 of Wands energy we see there. And like I said, the fact that Mars will be moving direct again in the middle of November. So especially around your career, you might start to see more movement, but see what the messages say for that one. Okay, it says, when Antelope Spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action toward making your dreams real. There is an intensity you can feel, and it is important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, now is the time to step it up. If you're asking about a relationship, make that first move. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together now at warp speed. Stay alert and keep up. Things are getting interesting when Antelope Spirit calls you to move quickly. So, interesting message there. Hopefully that resonated with you. In a way, it almost feels like it somewhat contradicts with the first one, but not really, as far as that one really was about just owning your own power. And then this one's like, okay, now that you realize your power, you know what you can do, take action on it, so I could kind of see the two working together. But yeah, on the surface, they seem to contradict a little bit. Hopefully that resonated with you, though. All right, and finally, we have a mudra for you guys. And the mudra that you guys got for this month is the Chonmukha Mukha mudra. There it is there. The key word for it is cooperation. So that could also go along with the theme we had here. There's a lot going on in this card, so I don't think we could fit all on the frame at once, but there we go. I'll hold it up so you could get some of that if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. Then I'll move it up so we can get the rest. All right, but under benefits, it says calms the mind, ignites feelings of devotion, balances solar and lunar energies in the body, harmonizes apana and prana vayus used in yoga therapy to aid cancer treatment and healing of autoimmune diseases. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name of the mudra in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.